We'll tell you what, these plants are made for the shade. We're talking hellebores coming up next on Breakfast Television here at Phoenix Perennials. Ow, my ear. Where have all the flowers gone? They're here at Phoenix Perennials. Gary, good morning to you.
Good morning, here we are.
Here we are, and we are talking about the perfect plants for this time of year because typically, although we've seen a bit more sunshine this winter, it's pretty gray.
It's pretty gray, and in Vancouver, you need inspiration, right? During those gray and rainy days. Well, hellebores are the perfect thing. They're blooming right now in gardens. So if you don't have anything colorful in your garden, no flowers, then you need hellebores.
So we have several here. They're different colors. Are they the same variety?
There's all kinds of different varieties.
Okay.
In fact, we're in a greenhouse now surrounded by 100 different kinds of hellebores. These are the ones that we call the classic Lenten Roses. They come into bloom in February and they bloom for about 3 months.
Okay, so can people grow them in containers or are they something that has to be grown in the ground?
These guys can grow in large containers, but they're a little bit better in the ground. Okay. We're going to see some in the next segment that are really good in containers.
And how long will they last approximately, did you say?
They bloom for about 3 months. So they take care of February, March, and April in the garden before your classic perennials and early spring things start going.
And they are perennials, so you plant them once and you'll get to enjoy them for years to come.
These last for decades. You can pass them on in your will to the next generation.
Ah, perfect.
60, 70, 80 years.
Well, these ones are great for the shade. Coming up in the next segment, we will talking about hellebores that are great for the sunshine. But we're going to take a little time out here on Breakfast Television. Up next, Richard Detman. Stay with us. You're watching BT.
That's the way you do it. Money for nothing and your chicks for free. Now that ain't working. That's the way.
Even talking about balancing, we talked about the hellebores that were great for shade. Now we're talking hellebores that are great for sun, but you're holding a very special one, Gary.
This is a very special one. This one is the Olympic hellebore. So this one is named Vancouver Medallion, and it was named in honor of the 2010 Olympics here in Vancouver. So if you want to support Team Canada now, you should plant an Olympic hellebore, Vancouver Medallion, in your garden right now.
Excellent. I love it. Okay, we can put that one down. Let's talk about, of course, we've got a plane that's coming over us right now, so hopefully you can hear. Let's talk about these specific hellebores.
So these hellebores are really good for sun as well as containers. And the interesting thing about these that people love is that they look right at you. So the flowers sit on top of the nice leathery evergreen foliage, looking right at you, showing their faces, bright and shiny and colorful.
Which is slightly different than the ones we showed for shade, which kind of curve down.
A little bit. Yeah, they
just
curve
a
down
little
a little bit. So the shady ones hide themselves. These ones look right at you.
And the leaves are a little bit different as well, right? Let's talk about the leaves.
Yeah, the leaves on these ones can be a little bit more silvery or a little bit more mottled. And in the case of these new cutting edge ones in the corner, Penny's pink and Anna's red, the leaves actually come out flushed with red or pink. So rather than just green, you have red and pink leaves that later change to a minty green color. And then you get these really bold colors.
And these are also, you said, good for container gardening.
These are great for container gardening, which we'll talk about in the next segment. These love containers. You can put them on your patio, at your front door, on your balcony, as well as in the garden.
Excellent. Lots of great information here at Phoenix Perennials. For more details on the plants that we're featuring, you can, of course, check out their website. And we are talking container gardening coming up next, Michelle. Well, we're here at Phoenix Perennials where we are enjoying quite a lovely morning here, especially with the beautiful plants. But what do you mean when we talk thrill, fill, spill?
Well, thrill, fill, spill is a little mantra you can use whenever you're designing a container. You need first a thrill, you need a vertical element in your container, something tall like an exclamation point to go in the middle or in the middle towards the back. Then you need a fill, and in this case we have kind of large things that sit on top of the pot that really fill in the pot. In this case, some of the hellebores that we talked about in the last segment to highlight those and give us some winter color. The spill part is planting some little guys around the edge of the pot that will eventually grow and spill over the edge, thus softening the edge of the pot.
So what kind of things do you have in the spill part here?
So here we've got all kinds of things that are really good for winter interest right now that kind of accentuate the hellebores. So we've got fragrant skimmias. Right here we've got fragrant daphnes, we've got spurges or euphorbias, and some little primroses that are going to come into bloom, as well as cute little hens and chicks, those little succulents right around the base of the planter.
Absolutely gorgeous. Well, for more details on Phoenix Perennials and the plants and flowers that we have featured this morning, you can check out their website. And of course, it's hooray for hellebores on right now.
The Hellebore hurrah.
Hellebore hurrah! There you go. For more details, you can check out Phoenix Perennials here in Richmond. Well, here at Phoenix Perennials, we've been talking about hellebores for most of the morning, but your hellebore might need a little companion. So we've got companions coming up next on BT, live from Richmond. Stay with us. Not everyone wants to be alone, and your hellebore might not want to be alone either, Gary.
No, you might want to have some friends for your hellebore in the garden, especially some friends that are fragrant and give you some amazing smells in the garden at this time of year. Can you imagine fragrance when you walk out your front door in the morning?
Makes you feel like things are nice and fresh, just like spring. So let's talk about the companions.
All right, so here's a great group here. We've got 3. These are called skimmias. They're evergreen shrubs, and they're in bud right now, but they're about to open. It's one of my favorite fragrances of the whole season. Probably no fragrance yet.
But it's got a fresh smell.
Yeah,
it
fresh
just
smell.
smells fresh, yeah.
Fresh green smell. Yep, and then coming along here, we've got these little guys. They're gonna get bigger though. These are wallflowers, good for sunny spots, and they have really great sweet fragrance as well.
They're so cute.
This is an amazing thing, this yellow flowers here. This is a shrub called witch hazel, and witch hazel in my garden starts blooming right after Christmas. Between Christmas and New Year's, blooms for about 2 months with fragrant foliage. This one is amazing, and this is a Daphne. Smell that. Daphnes.
Oh, I can smell that.
Isn't that amazing? Daphnes are these evergreen shrubs as well as this deciduous one we just smelled, and they have incredible fragrance starting usually in February and blooming through March, April, and May. There's lots of different types. Fantastic for the garden.
Excellent. Lots of great companions for your hellebores and hellebores themselves available here at Phoenix Perennials. For more details on them, you can check out their website, but they're located right here in Richmond. Beautiful spot. Thanks so much for joining us today, Gary. We're going to take a little break here on Breakfast Television. Stay with us.